Hello Shady Grove, Pastor Todd here. Hope you are having a great week. Just wanted to bring our midweek devotion to you and then a few announcements. Psalm 138:3 said, David says, Lord, when I called on you, you answered, you made me bold and stout-hearted. I shared earlier this year that I felt like the word the Lord had given me for this year was boldness, and that word in the scripture means to be confident, to be courageous. And one of the things that stood out to me as we begin to turn towards Easter and looking in the book of Matthew begins with the Christmas story. And an angel of the Lord appears to Joseph and tells him, do not be afraid. Goes on to tell him that the child that Mary is going to bear is going to be called Emmanuel, which means God is with us. And then at the end of the Gospel of Matthew, in Matthew 28, it's the Easter story, and once again an angel appears. This time it's at the tomb of Jesus as Mary Magdalene and the other Mary have showed up looking for the body of Jesus. And the angel's first words to them are, do not be afraid. And it says, I know that you're looking for Jesus whom was crucified, but he is not here. Come and see, and then go and tell his disciples to go ahead to Galilee, for Jesus has gone ahead of them. And as they begin to make their way to tell the disciples, Jesus himself appears to Mary Magdalene and the other Mary and tells them, do not be afraid, and reminds them once again to go and tell the disciples to go to Galilee. Once they are in Galilee, Jesus gathers the disciples there, and Scripture says they worshiped him, and he gives them the Great Commission, which ends with the words, surely I am with you always to the very end of the age. So Matthew begins and starts with this promise from an angel of do not be afraid, but then this promise of God is always with us. Emmanuel, God with us, and Jesus finally saying, surely I am with you always. And I go through all that to tell you that boldness comes from being in the presence of God. It's from knowing that no matter what we go through, no matter what we face, that we're not alone, but that God is always with us. That gives us confidence. It gives us courage to face whatever's coming our way. When the disciples in the book of Acts are brought on trial before the Sanhedrin, they say that they are amazed at the boldness of Peter and John, and their only conclusion is they have been with Jesus. And so my prayer for us this week, no matter what's going on, some of us may be having bad weeks, hard weeks, you may be having a great week, but I pray whatever kind of week we're having, that we are in the presence of Jesus and that we are full of boldness that comes from that we have courage, we have confidence, we have a freedom, a fearlessness, that we are, as David prays, that we are stout-hearted, we're sure and we're confident because we have been in the presence of Jesus. A few things coming up this week at Shady Grove in the next couple weeks. I want to remind you that this Sunday is one of the best Sundays we have all year. It's one of our family worship Sundays. We'll all be together. Our kids will be with us. Our students will be in there to be a time of worship. We're also going to have baptism service. It's not too late. If you want to be a part of the baptism service, you can text the word baptism to the church text number 336-525-5870, and we'll take care of making sure that you can be part of this sacrament and just a part of this great day as we worship the Lord together. Also on this Sunday afternoon on March the 17th at 4 o'clock, we'll be having our membership class. It is a great time to learn about the church. You are not obligated to join the church, but it's just an informational time where you can learn more about the ministries here at Shady Grove. So if you want to be a part of that, you come and be a part of that on Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Our church elections will be coming up soon. It's something that we do annually here at Shady Grove. But right now, our church elections, the nominations are open. And if you want to nominate a member for a particular office, that needs to be done by March the 22nd. So just make note of that. And as you know, Easter is just a few weeks away. We have a lot of things happening. Palm Sunday, March 24th, is one of the highlights. Our kids will be coming through the sanctuary, waving the palms, and it's just a great time of worship as they lead us to the throne on that day. On Good Friday, March the 29th, we're once again going to have our Good Friday experience. we'll get more details about that, but that will be start at 6 o'clock that evening. And you can come and be a part of that. It's kind of like stations that you will walk through. And so just, it was a highlight last year, so just make plans to be here with us on the evening of Good Friday. Then Easter Sunday morning, we have the sunrise service at 7:30. We'll have breakfast for that. And then we'll have our normal Sunday school time and then our worship celebration at 10:30 in the worship center as we just celebrate and worship our risen Lord. Hope you have a great week, Shady Grove, and be blessed.